So one of the most powerful features in EDU is the assignment. So let's go into our classroom. The class that I'll use is a language arts class. And if I click on assignments, you can see that these are all the assignments that I've given. And in the language arts, one thing I learned about assignments is that it gets a little confusing if you don't have some convention or standard for naming your assignment. So as you can see here, I started with like reading 45 minutes. What did we do this week? Paragraph perspective. And after a while, you can see I've graded 331 assignments here. And so it gets to be a lot, both for the students and yourselves. So I started coming up with a convention, and mine is just it's the week first, so week 4. This is in my language arts class. This is the first assignment I assigned in week 4, and this is the title of it, just a working title. So there are different types of assignments, and when you click up here for add assignment, it tells you all the different types of assignment. So you can take a quiz, and that's nice because you can put in questions and put in the answers, and the students will get immediate feedback on it. That's a nice tool to have. The essay is a second type of assignment. Respond to a question with some text and optional attachment. That's really important because I do a lot of offline work in my classroom. So I do a lot of collaborative work or investigative or in inquiry-based learning. And so they're working in pairs or in groups. And a lot of times I need individual feedback to give to them, but I also need some sort of assessment and documentation for each student. So a simple workaround is just have them take a picture and upload it. And it's real simple, and they're used to doing it. My fifth graders can do it no problem. So if we click essay with optional attachments, we can give it a title. So in this case, I'll give it week 12. We're in language arts, and I think it's the third assignment I'm giving, and this is just a test assignment. Okay, and you can give it a score, or you can give it a weight. And the difference will be explained later. I weight my assignments in this particular class, but in the other class it's just based on points. So in my homework class I just give 10 points for everything I do, but in this class I weight things because I want some pieces of writing to be worth more. And so you can select if it's extra credit. I just usually click normal, but in the category I do pay attention because these will break out their scores based on what you choose here. So I usually choose if it's homework or participation. And you can set a due date. And there's some other options to start when it starts. And I usually I give them 3 attempts, and I allow a late submission. And I do that for reasons in terms of management. Otherwise, the students can't submit things if it's late, if you don't choose that. And again, under the lesson, I could choose any of the lessons I've set up, but I'm not going to choose that. I'm just going to leave it for none. So I can just say save, and it would create that assignment. Let's do that. And I'll show you that it's easy to go back in and configure it. So now it's showing me I'm in week 12, language arts. This is my third lesson, and these are some of the initial parameters. You can see that by default, I don't give the assignment. You can go into your admin and configure button, and you can say, hey, when I make an assignment, automatically give it. But I don't do that because I have so many assignments that I preload, and for next year, I don't want those assignments all to be given to them when they sign up for my class. So I haven't assigned this to the students yet. They can't see it. In my instructions, there's no instructions in there. So if I say edit, I can manipulate all the field that we were just looking at. But if I want to edit the instructions, I click that edit button. And from here, it's a full text editor, and I can paste in anything I want. Okay, I'm a pretty fast typer, so I've typed in all my instructions, and for this demonstration, I'm just making up something fun. I usually don't have them right on finding happiness, but it's not beyond me, so don't, that may happen in my classroom, but this is just gives you an idea about what you might be able to do. So I feel like a picture goes a long way, so I'm going to import a picture, and if you run your cursor over upload image, it'll say, great, what picture do you want to upload? It'll give you the prompt. You can either drag it from your desktop or wherever you have the picture. You can click on click to browse, and I'm going to go to my desktop. I'm going to choose this screenshot that I took of the Google Images after I looked up finding happiness, and I say save, and it puts it in there. And it's real configurable, so I can say it, hey, put it in the center, put it to the right. I'm going to put it back in the center. Okay, and so it gives, this is the instructions the student will see when they click on this, and this week's blog post. And I think I can just grab this and move this down here. I'm actually going to put my picture towards the bottom because pictures are great, but I don't want it to be the first thing they see, so I'm going to put it on the bottom like that. Okay, and so I tell them real clearly, hey, this is what I want you to do. And I find this is really beneficial for the students because, again, it takes some of the administrative load off my plate. If they know they can go to EDU and get the clear instructions, I don't have to repeat myself, and so I get to spend more time with my students, which I love. Okay, so number one, read the assignment and the rubric. Number two, research and complete the worksheet. Now this is great. One of the great tools about EDU is that it's so configurable, and so you can see on the bottom here, no you don't because I haven't done it yet. I'm going to put my cursor where I want. I'm going to say upload file. So the second way to attach a file is just to drop it in there, and so I pulled up my Finder and I can navigate to the file that I want attached. Now a lot of times, almost always, I will print these out for the students and give it to them if it's something I want them to use. But I also think in terms of, okay, next year I want this assignment to be all set up for me, and I don't want to have to go find that file, so I'm just going to attach it right into this assignment because I know for every time I give this, I want the students to be able to use this file. So let's say I want the cause and effect one, and I just drop it in there, and it says great, I can capture that and I can save it in there. Okay, and it's just a link that they can click and open it up. Okay, so you can see that I have attached a picture. I've attached some a file that they can use or that I can use next year or later if they ever need it. And that comes up often. Don't dismiss that because the students will be like, I've lost that paper. And I can just say, great, go ahead and print that out. They know where to get it. Now, this assignment I just copied from a disability assignment, a disability awareness assignment. So you can see that these links that I've included are links for them to start their research. In this case, it was about disability, but if you want to include a link, it's as simple as finding the URL, copying the URL, copying it into your clipboard, and saying insert a link. And if you insert a link, it says, okay, what's the URL you want to put in there and what text you want to display. I'll say like helpful link, and you say save. And that puts it in there, and when you say save, the students are then able to see all those instructions, and if it's a link and they click on it, it'll open that file. There's the file, and they can print it out, and they can go right back to their assignment. Or here's the helpful link. It'll take them right to it. Love it. Oops, sorry. Okay, so that's the assignment, and the beauty of this assignment, if we can view it from the student, and here's a great little tool, is if you click the admin button and say view a student, it'll say great, what student you want to view it from, and I'll just pick my first one. It usually won't prompt you for your password, but this is what the student sees. So this is really helpful to see what they see. And in this case, if I look in their language arts, I won't see this assignment because okay, so I want to give this assignment. I'm ready to give the assignment. I just click give assignment, and it says it was announced. And if I go into my assignments, you can see these are all the assignments, and you can see it was given. Okay, so let's take a look at what the student sees. If I say view a student, and I say if I choose my student I want them to, that I want to see, it'll show me, oh, here's the test assignment, and this person hasn't submitted it. So if she clicks on the assignment, she can see this is what the student sees. So you can see this is a PDF for her. This is a picture. If she clicks on it, it'll pull it up for her. She can navigate back to the answer. So here's the great thing: if you say prepare answer, it'll give you a place to type in your answers. So in some assignments, you're going to have them articulate some understanding or some sort of assessment. But here's a great function. If you say add attachment, it'll say what file do you want to choose. And this is especially helpful on the iPads because there's a camera built into it, and it'll let you take a picture right from there. If you had another picture that you wanted to attach, you would just do that here and say open, and it attaches it in there. Now, here's another great feature is that you can save but don't submit it yet, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to submit my assignment because I'm not done yet, but I want to make sure the teacher sees that piece of information. So I've attached that, and if I go back into viewing as a teacher, I can't see what she submitted yet because she hasn't submitted the assignment, but I will be able to see that attachment once she's assigned it. Okay. So that's one of the types of assignment we looked at. Was I talked about the quiz, and that was the essay, and that's especially helpful because it gives you this optional attachment icon. The last one I'll talk about real quickly is just the offline. I use offline assignments all the time because it's usually what I'm using if I give them a worksheet or something to do, something they're going to fill out or turn in, but I want to give them credit for that. What that looks like if we go into homework here and I look at my assignments and homework, you can see that all of these icons represent that type of assignment. It's one that was given offline. So if we look at week 11 homework, again, this is just my naming convention, homework class, end of the week summary for week 10. They know that they have to turn those in. If I look at the grades, I can see who hasn't turned them in yet. And if I look at the analytics, it'll show me, hey, I have 21 students who have turned in that assignment. Okay. Another nice feature about it is if I go to assignments, I can see how many are yet to be graded. And if I click on that, it'll give me, hey, these are the students. It's now isolated the students who haven't turned that in. I might take a screenshot of that and put that on the screen for them when they come in to say, hey, I'm still waiting for assignments for this, for these students. Okay, so that was assignments, and we looked at a few of them. If I could just go back to assignments real quick, and I'll just refresh. I told you what quiz is. We looked at essay, and I showed you how helpful the offline assignments are. Pardon me.